It forms with the help of two brachiocephalic veins. And one vein opens into superior vena cava, that is azygous vein. Look here, that is inferior vena cava, common iliac. They are vena lumbalis and vena lumbalis ascendens. And vena lumbalis ascendens on the right side continues into azygous vein, and azygous vein opens into superior vena cava. And on the left side, hemiazygous vein opens into azygous, and here it is accessory hemiazygous vein. That is why superior vena cava forms with the help of two brachiocephalic, and azygous vein opens into superior vena cava. Now, brachiocephalic vein, it forms with the help of internal jugular vein and subclavian vein. That is internal jugular. The same we have external jugular vein. It opens into subclavian, and anterior jugular vein. Anterior jugular vein opens into external jugular, or sometimes directly into subclavian. Here it is the same, internal jugular, subclavian, external, and anterior jugular vein. And anterior jugular veins, right and left, has anastomosis, that is arcus venosus juguli. Arcus venosus juguli. Above our jugular notch, we have anastomosis between anterior jugular veins. Now, brachiocephalic vein, it receives vena thyroidea inferior, vena vertebralis, and vena thoracica interna. Vena thoracica interna, if you remember, it has the same inflows like branches of corresponding arteries. They are vena intercostalis anterior, vena muscula phrenica, vena epigastrica, help me, superior, and vena pericardiaca phrenica. They are inflows of internal thoracic vein. Now, external jugular vein. External jugular vein, it forms with the help of occipital vein and posterior auricular vein. They join together and forms external jugular. And another vein opens into external jugular, that is vena retromandibularis. And vena retromandibularis forms with the help of vena temporalis superficialis and vena maxillaris. These two veins join together forms vena retromandibularis, and vena retromandibularis goes to external jugular vein. And last vein, the same, opens into external jugular, that is vena suprascapularis. Vena suprascapularis. Now, internal jugular. Internal jugular vein, it starts from jugular foramen, foramen jugulare. And it has intracranial inflows and extracranial inflows. Extracranial, they are vena facialis, vena lingualis, vena pharyngea, and vena thyroidea, help me? Superior. Vena thyroidea superior. They are extracranial inflows of internal jugular vein. And now intracranial inflows. Inside of skull, between bones of the skull and dura mater, that is hard meninges of the brain, we have, look here, that is bone of the skull, and that is dura mater, here and here. and dura mater fused with bones. There is no space between them, but in some places, for example, here it is between bones and dura mater, we have space, and in this space, yes, it is sinus, that is venous blood take place here, and another space between two layers of dura mater. Not interesting?
No, sir, but she would...
What happened?
No, nothing. She was
Look here, that is dura mater, that is bones, and here between bone and dura mater we have space, that is superior sagittal sinus, and another sinus, here it is in lower edge of no, that is phalanx cerebri, this process which is separate right hemisphere and left hemisphere, and below of phalanx cerebri we have inferior sagittal sinus. This one.
I have a question.
Please.
Dura mater is a part of brain tissue?
No, it is tissue which is surround brain. It separates brain from bones. We have three meninges. This one is dura mater, then arachnoidea, and pia mater. We will study these meninges in next semester together with brain, and you will repeat these sinuses one again in third semester. But today we speak about venous outflow from skull, and we speak that this space is superior sagittal sinus. Here it is inside of lower edge of phalanx cerebri. Here it is inferior sagittal sinus. Inferior sagittal sinus continues into striatal sinus, sinus rectus. It is between phalanx cerebri and tentorium cerebelli. That is striatal sinus, sinus rectus. And sinus rectus opens into confluence sinum. That is place where some sinuses join together. Superior sagittal sinus opens into confluence. Striatal sinus, sinus rectus opens here. Occipital sinus, the same, come to this confluence, and one sinus leaves confluence, that is transverse sinus, and transverse sinus continues. Help me, what is this sinus? Who remember? What is this groove? Sigmoid, no, sigmoid sinus. Continues into sigmoid sinus, and sigmoid sinus bring blood to jugular foramen, and from jugular foramen start internal jugular vein. Clear? It is not enough. Here it is in lesser wing of sphenate bone. We have sinus sphena parietalis here and here. It continues into cavernous sinus, sinus cavernosus, laterally from sella turcica. Anteriorly and posteriorly we have intercavernous sinuses, sinus intercavernosus, anterior and posterior. Here it is superior petrosal sinus, sinus petrosus superior. Here it is inferior petrosal sinus, it goes to jugular foramen, and superior petrosal sinus continues into sigmoid sinus and also goes to jugular foramen. That is why in skull we have some sinuses, most of them between bone and dura mater, and two sinuses inside of dura mater, that is inferior sagittal sinus and sinus rectus. Here it is only dura mater. Bones not participate in these two sinuses. That is why in base of the skull impossible to show, impossible to see this inferior sagittal sinus and sinus rectus. All in other sinuses it is possible to see in base of the skull. Clear? Some veins, the same goes to sinuses. For example, ophthalmic vein, vena ophthalmica, it goes to cavernous sinus. Vena auditiva from inner ear, it opens into petrosal sinuses. And vena cerebri magna, it goes to striatal sinus, sinus rectus, vena cerebri magna. and they are intracranial inflows of internal jugular vein, intracranial sinuses, and some intracranial veins. What else? Subclavian vein. Subclavian vein, that is continuation of axillary. And axillary vein, vena axillaris, it forms with the help of two vena brachialis. And in upper extremity, we have two types of veins, superficial and deep. Deep veins are the same like corresponding arteries, and all of them are double veins. For example, we have one artery, arteria brachialis, and near of brachial artery, we have two veins, two vena brachialis. We have radial artery, arteria radialis, and near of radial artery, we have two vena radialis, two vena ulnaris. Clear it is. Deep veins are double veins, and they supply corresponding arteries, pass together with arteries. And superficial veins. Superficial veins are vena cephalica. Cephalic vein is in radial side of upper extremity, and it goes to axillary vein. In ulnar side, here it is, we have basilic vein, vena basilica, and basilic vein opens into brachial vein, into vena brachialis. And between them, in cubital fossa, we have vena mediana cubiti. This vein join together cephalic and basilic vein, and it is most popular vein if we need to receive venous blood. I think everybody gives blood from this vein, from vena mediana cubiti. They are superficial veins of upper extremity. And last, some words about azygous, hemiazygous, and accessory hemiazygous veins. They have visceral and parietal inflows. Visceral from inner organs in thoracic cage. They are vena bronchialis, vena esophagealis, vena pericardialis, and vena mediastinalis from inner organs in thoracic cage. Vena bronchialis, vena pericardialis, vena esophagealis, and vena mediastinalis. They opens into azygous, hemiazygous, and accessory hemiazygous veins. And parietal inflows, they are vena intercostalis posterior. Upper four veins, 1, 2, 3, 4, join together and forms superior intercostal left vein, and it goes to accessory hemiazygous vein. Fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth posterior intercostal veins opens into accessory hemiazygous on the left side, and 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th opens into hemiazygous vein on the left side. 12th vein, that is vena subcostalis. And on the right side, upper 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, makes vena intercostalis superior dextra, and all another veins goes to azygous vein, and last 12th, it is also vena subcostalis. Please.
This is posterior or anterior?
That is posterior, all of them.
And anterior.
And here it is anterior. Anterior intercostal goes to internal thoracic, and posterior intercostal veins goes to azygous. Here it is hemiazygous from 9th to 12th, and all another into accessory hemiazygous.
Okay.
That is on Friday, next Friday. In time of mini exam, you should answer preparate of heart and model of heart. Then sagittal section of head and neck, there was external carotid artery, if you remember. Then half of pelvis, our previous classes, that is internal iliac, external iliac, and femoral artery, and model of perineum with vessels of internal iliac artery. And one diagram, arteries of the brain, one diagram. All another you will answer oral. Well, that is all.